Remembrance Day is an opportunity for us to remember all those who sacrificed and gave their lives in conflict around the world to protect our freedoms and make the world a better place. Today we remember and honor their sacrifice.
Kwe Nina del wisi Darren son, Darren Stevens. Was gisku kwa keluk na gwe was ka mi walu gisku ni smagenis ni wudak ha dan big magi del ki niga wujdab niga ekki guys ame wujdab ni ekki ga gisugu ni ge I can troti je mudi je ni ge na sporti je ni ge ani smaganisk ye gisku me walu ya pasuru limola Waldasia am katmoni gisku dana deliakoe jilida walalio
O Canada Gelmiki Nahinu Il Nuid of Nech When Gajid Dan tuju Sake saluleg Megidel muleg Kis negau kelniek Dante siek O Canada Anque ule kisa Mamigel Esta ugewe O Canada anque uleg kisa O Canada anque uleg kisa
na mahamigek Flanders dan Elisotiek, niaweg na gutruel bimam kidekom. Sisipjish medalin turijig bujig. Nadel musigis kiruk, Jidalia, wa hashnudush, randesigo beskivo. In a nebudiek, ubiam sahel, imajotiegub, omegidere meguptes, pila inago gisabniach. Gisaloariegub, alwuje mesnemegub. Karunige, Elisotiek, na mahamigek Flanders. Kilo bel nige uswadun and tubunino, ovna hardamun and damabegonamogo. Ulam tawagin, amushkilo go khwaduo, anespinamo, amulagip, minadanin and nebudiek, magisiarlas mutuek. Chidalia, waswagon nigwik, na mahamigek Flanders.
In Flanders fields, the poppies blow between the crosses row on row that mark our place, and in the sky the larks still bravely singing. Flies scarce heard aim at the guns below. We are the dead, short days ago. We lived, felt dawn, saw sunset's glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from failing hands we throw. The torch be yours to hold it high. If we break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields.
My father, Bill Basque, is called Smoginus and is dedicated to Lance Corporal Vincent Bernard, who served in the United States Marine Corps, and he was killed in action on the 21st of September 1968 in Vietnam. He was from Wamukuk, Unamagi, Mi'kmaq. I have always kept returning, ever since the day I was born. Each time your drum and circle called, my soul was ripped and torn. Forever, as I picked up my lance, my quiver and my bow, the eagle soaring me on high would swoop and drop me low. But it is my duty to fight for my people and for my nation. The tests and trials of war are but my sacred tribulation. I am called Smoginus. In the days of probes and invasions by some other tribes, I fought off our enemies so that peace would come alive. Yet I was most needed later in a time called 1752. My promise to never surrender, Niskam made come true. As my Jiganams fought on, never even blinking an eye, we won our peace and friendship, but it was me who had to die. I am called Smoginus. I return in a generation with the echoes of your drumbeat to march with George Washington, with my brothers, the Maliseet. No retreat, no surrender was our promise at Watertown. We protected America's freedom. We never let them down. The guarantee of self-government was what we all agreed. But I was killed in action, so our people have the Jay Treaty. I am called Smoginus. I slept for more generations, well over 100 years, but came to life to return to war, to fight in Germany. I slugged in mud at Verdun, where I saw a new kind of war. They called it World War I, but World War II was even more. I went through hell in a place called Dieppe to land at Normandy. I was there to liberate Holland, but my body was buried at sea. I am called Smogonus. As the communist world swept over from Europe to the Far East, my reserve back home is what I missed. I hungered for your feast. High on a hill in Korea, while freezing in a lonely cold, I sweated in deep desperation, for our orders were to hold. Although completely surrounded, we held our position's goal, staving off human wave attacks, but I was killed while on patrol. I am called Smogonus. While as a youth, still in my teens, some said I was a fool. But boot camp at Paris Island was nothing to residential school. I fought in the jungles of Vietnam and kept my Mi'kmaq pride and brought home my people's honor through the men I kept alive. I was there at Con Thien and Khe Sanh in the Battle of Hu Phu Bai. But as I lay fatally wounded, only Niscum heard my cry. I am called Smogonus. Don't take your freedom for granted. The trickster is always at work. He'll take and keep, not give and share. The circle will die from hurt. I fought for rights and freedom, not just ours, but the world's. And laid down my life for my fellow man, no greater love, I'm told. Remember me each summer at mission powwows in Maine. For Niscum knows, if you forget my debt, then I have died in vain. I am called Smogonus. Written by Will Bass, Staff Sergeant of the United States Marines, who served in Vietnam, in the spirit of the Smogonus of 1752 and 1776. Without their supreme sacrifice, we would not have the rights or treaties to call ourselves Mi'kmaq, let alone Asante Mawiomi Uchi Mi'kmaq. Wow.
Mujine waso ebi jitu talusi mekene waso kidane jitu nimiye kula nuna bedeste na waso teris karaski jitu enes karalle mamge ene numi lesmielo angeski skutlamo jispene mumona teria visita jitu bankana el kiris kamte visita el weu telmo de mesmo silintigan es negócio muito de boa de
Act of remembrance. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them.
They were young as we are young. They served, giving freely of themselves. To them we pledge, amid the winds of time, to carry their torch and never forget. We will remember them.
Hi, my name is Renda Jador. On behalf of the staff and students at Allison Bernard Memorial High School, we would like to thank you for joining us today in honoring our veterans.